goes into the books as a thorough 6-1.
So the annual tradition has begun. The Maple Leafs are choking away this series. Before getting the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. E-begging over. Man, this is really not a game I have to break down with analysis goal by goal. This was a pathetic performance by the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6-1, lost to the Florida Panthers. Bobrovsky made some nice saves, don't get me wrong, but the Leafs look lifeless. I mean, where's Austin Matthews? Where's Mitch Marner? Where are your top guns producing in these moments? It just continues a trend of the Maple Leafs just faltering in these big moments. And I know there's going to be the storyline of Stolarz getting hurt, and that's the reason why the Leafs faltered. Joseph Woll, he didn't have a great game in this one, but Joseph Woll before this gave them adequate enough goaltending to win this series. They have just not shown up on ice in front of him. Now, some of that you contribute to the great Florida Panthers team. They're terrific in both ends. They were stifling the Maple Leafs, and it wasn't crazy if you picked the Florida Panthers to beat the Maple Leafs in this series. But after going up 2-0, having a very good advantage after winning both at home, and then the piss-poor performance you saw in Game 5, it just continues this trend from this current core. When the moments get too big, they falter. They don't have a guy in that rim currently that's able to settle them down, collect themselves, and stick to the game plan. A big point was that third line with the Leafs being able to properly line match, and you had commentators like Steve Dangle even mention that, like, okay, with the Leafs having the last change, things should go more like they did in Game 1 and Game 2, and that just was not the case. It was not good enough in all ends defensively, and I'll say this, they look like they didn't care. I don't know if I'll have footage of it, but there was this moment late in the game, and I know they're already down. Joseph Woll goes to play a puck. Massive miscommunication. Just didn't look like he didn't even care at one point, and just kind of lets it out there. Panthers player gets it. Now, nothing comes of it. No goal happens from that play, but it's just the perfect example of how the night went. Lackluster, uncaring. And at some point in time, do you just look at this core and maybe think, maybe they just don't have the mentality to win in these big moments. Maybe they just can't win the big games as currently constructed. Panthers played a terrific game. Their defensemen got on the board quite a lot in this one. And after this dominant showing, they're going back home. They're in the perfect situation to close this out in 6. But knowing the Leafs, when they want to break their fans' hearts, they do it in 7 games. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit of a bounce back in Game 6 and they squeak out a win. 6-1, Game 5 with the opportunity to go up 3-2 in the series. That is absolutely pathetic. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you think of that performance for the Leafs? And do they have a shot in hell in this series? Got the ball, see you in the next one.